talking cannabis, and it's sort of the thing that unites, in many ways, these two states. The Colorado cannabis market, and it seems like markets across the country have been struggling. They had this COVID era sort of boom, and then sort of a post-COVID slump. Colorado seems to be really struggling, though. There was a big piece in Politico recently, headlined, that this was, I think it's Colorado's weed market is coming down hard and it's making other states nervous. Businesses are shuttering, laying off workers as sales have plunged $700 million. It starts to seem like doomsday. What's going on there, and how does it compare kind of to the economics of legal regulated cannabis here?
So I think during the pandemic, there was a lot of cannabis and even liquor sales. They were considered essential function.
Allowed to keep operating.
Correct,
Yeah.
and in both states. And that's probably the most fascinating part of the market here, is I think that, with the number of business licenses in the state of Colorado, even though you're operating at a high rate during that time, you still have a certain number of people that are using the product. And you add more businesses to the market, and it starts to thin out the profit margins.
So have we in Washington weathered this better because we do cap
I think so.
the licenses?
I think so.
Yeah. And so what does that look like in Washington? I've been asking you a lot about Colorado and asking you to compare, but what is the current sort of state of the economy of cannabis in Washington state? What are you hearing from business owners, from license holders? What are you observing about the prices, margins?
Sure. We're hearing that the price margins are decreasing, similar to how they are across the country. The agency actually paid for a study to have an economist put together a study on cannabis in Washington state to help us guide the number of licenses through 50/80 social equity program that we could potentially open up in the future. And it was telling. I mean, I think that, the goal is to avoid the gluttony of cannabis.
Right.
And hopefully we'll be able to land in I'll call it a sweet spot, while still allowing entrance to the market.
You can check out the rest of the show by clicking on the link below or by watching Inside Olympia Thursday evenings at 7 and 10.